I'm going to show you how to use the chmod and chown UNIX commands. So if I type in ls, it prints out all the files in the current directory. So if I type in ls-li, it gives additional information like all the file permissions, the user that owns the file, and the date it was created. So in this column you have the user, the group, and the others. As you can see, these three files don't have full permissions compared to this one. So how would I make text2 have the same full permissions as text1? Well, to do that you would use the chmod command. And remember, since it's modifying file permissions, you'd have to run it as root, so you had to use sudo. So sudo chmod 777 for full permissions, and then you would type the file name. And now if you go ls-la, as you can see, the file permissions have changed. Now this text2 file has full permissions. Now what if I wanted to give this text2 file ownership, what if I want to give root ownership to this text2 file, meaning that root should own this file? Well, I would use chown for that. Again, we'd have to use sudo chown, and you would specify the user who you would like to change ownership to. So in this case root, and now you just specify the file, which in this case is text2. You run that and then type ls-la to always find what's been updated. And as you can see, the ownership of the file has been transferred over to the root user. Okay, so what if you wanted to give full permissions to all the files in this current directory? Well, you would use sudo -chmod, but this time you would pass the recursive flag by typing $R for recursive, and what it does is it recursively goes through each file in the directory, giving each file full permissions. And then here you would type 777 because that's what full permissions stand for. And here you would specify the current directory, and in Unix the way you do that is // and then you hit return, and let's see if it changed. And as you see, all the files now have full permissions. Now if I want to change this back to something like 644, which gives the user read and write permissions, I'd use 644, and now I type ls-la, and as you see, you've been locked out because you can't view, you don't have enough permissions to view your files. So if I type sudo ls-la, now you have permission. So now what if I wanted to change all the files in this directory to belong to be owned by root? In that case, I would type chown. Again, I'd pass the recursive flag by typing in $R, and then I'd type root to specify the owner to transfer ownership to, and then I'd specify the directory by // indicating the entire current file structure. Now if we type ls-la, it still gives permission denied, so we'd have to do ls-la with running it as sudo. Now as you can see, all the files belong to root. Now notice over here, the two dots over here indicate the second, the parent directory to this directory right here, which in this case, if I cd out of this, is this folder called sample. Now this folder was not affected when I executed the command chown root, because this folder is not contained within this folder. It's actually the folder that contains this folder. So as you can see, the parent folder will never be affected by recursive change in permissions. Okay, so I hope that's you guys learned something from this tutorial, and thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and have a nice day.